Wolverine is one of the most violent and ferocious heroes in comics. Despite that, he is one of the most popular characters, and not just among readers, as Logan has had several romantic partners over the years. In the past we made a video talking about his love relationships. This time we are going to talk to you about some of Logan's children, specifically, 15 of them. Without further ado, let's get started. Ray's Darkholme is the son of Wolverine and Mystique, a time-traveling mutant whose shape-shifting powers are even more powerful than his mother's while also possessing all of his father's best attributes. Unlike several of Wolverine's children, Ray's is a villain bent on destroying the X-Men and getting revenge on his father Logan. Ray's debuted in Battle of the Atom #1, where she impersonates Kitty Pryde and attempts to convince the mutants to return the original X-Men to their timeline. Throughout the story, Ray's impersonates several of the X-Men, even tricking Wolverine, before revealing himself and stabbing his father with his bone claws. It was also revealed that in his timeline he pursued and eliminated his own mother. In the end, he, along with the rest of his companions, returned to his future, and it is unknown if he is still alive. In Wolverine, The Jungle Adventure #1, Logan was on one of his many adventures when an assassin tried to eliminate him. Wolverine tracks the mysterious killer to the Savage Land. While there, she encounters the Fire Tribe, a hunting society led by Gotchik. Logan challenged her to a fight and became the new leader of the tribe. The two began a love relationship, and from this relationship Arista was born, about whom not much is known. Wolverine returned to the X-Men before learning of his son's existence, and has not been seen since. Kendall Logan, also known as Torrent, was born on Earth 9811, an alternate reality created by the Beyonder. After the heroes and villains finished their fights on Battleworld, many of them settled down to raise families on the planet that was a mosaic of hundreds of alternate reality lands. As the daughter of Wolverine and Storm, Kendall possesses a unique set of abilities, the main ones being weather manipulation and accelerated healing. As a teenager, he accompanies the children of the other heroes back to Earth, but they arrived in an alternate universe full of Sentinels who had eliminated most of the mutants. It is here when these young heroes decide to confront the robots and free the world from their clutches. The MC2 universe is a possible alternate future for the main Marvel timeline, one in which Wolverine marries Elektra and they have a daughter. Rena, also known as Wild Thing, ended up becoming a superhero when she was in high school, saving a classmate from a kidnapper, defeating a tech-savvy assassin, stopping a demonic invader, and destroying her teacher Prime Sentinel. Unlike most alternate futures, his mom and dad are still around and have a stable relationship. Elektra is a loving mother, who is still as dangerous as she was in her youth. Rena possesses many of her father's mutant abilities, including accelerated healing, superhuman senses, strength, and stamina. She also has a set of claws that are generated with psychokinetic energy, an ability she learned from her godmother, Psylocke. Other heroes of this timeline also fear her, as she is just as dangerous as her father is. Although Rena Logan became a hero, her half-brother Hudson, also known as Saberclaw, did not. Coming from Earth 982, he repudiated his father's heroic legacy and decided to become a criminal. Despite being Logan's son, he bears a strong resemblance to Sabretooth. Saberclaw's list of crimes includes savagely attacking his half-sister, leaving her half-dead, and joining the Sinister Six. However, Hudson eventually turned the page, joining the good guys to oppose Galactus and help the Avengers defeat Selene, Loki's daughter. Hudson possesses strength greater than that of his father and half-sister and uses adamantium sheaths to increase the damage his claws cause. Mariko Yoshida, who first appeared in X-Men Alpha #1, is the daughter of influential crime boss Shingen Harada and the half-sister of the Silver Samurai, who acts as her bodyguard. She met Logan when he saved her from kidnappers. Logan and Mariko then begin a whirlwind romance, which results in a pregnancy. On Earth 1298, she gives birth to Brian and Mari, who first appear in Mutant X number 28. In this comic, the children have grown up without their father, who has stayed away from them for their protection. Sabretooth decided to use the children to lure Logan back to the Weapon X program, but his eternal rival ruined his plans. There was a time when Wolverine managed to settle down and have a family, but unfortunately he decided to do so in a dystopian future ruled by the Hulk gang. The degenerate descendants of Hulk and She-Hulk took control of California, where Logan's family lived. 3 of these ogres appear at Old Man Logan's farm at the beginning of the eponymous miniseries, demanding that he pay the rent. Logan was behind on his payments and received a beating in front of his family, which he accepted since he had renounced violence. To earn enough money for rent, Logan is forced to embark on a long journey with Hawkeye, but upon his return, he discovers that his entire family has been murdered by the Hulks because they were bored. Jade and Scotty, Logan's children, died at the hands of these monsters. Born on Earth 295, Kiriko was conceived when Wolverine met and fell in love with her mother Mariko while visiting Japan. Unfortunately, she was captured as a child by Nathaniel Essex, the first horseman of Apocalypse on Earth 295. For years, Kiriko remained in her laboratory, locked in a container labeled X-23. After Apocalypse's death, Magneto found her and freed her. After being freed, she asked him to bond her skeleton with adamantium, just like her father. She later joined the X-Men and was tasked by him to bring Wolverine back to the team. However, tragically, her father became Omega Weapon to save the world from aliens, lost his mind, and eliminated his own daughter. After the devastating events of the Ultimatum miniseries, in which most of the original X-Men were killed by Magneto and his men, a new team of X-Men emerged in the Ultimate X series. Ultimate introduced readers to Jimmy Hudson, son of Town Sheriff James Hudson, whose powers manifest in public when his broken body begins to heal immediately after a car accident. He returned home to find Kitty Pryde, one of the last surviving X-Men, waiting for him with a box of Wolverine's things, including a holographic message from Logan telling him that he is his real father. Jimmy's life then falls apart as he searches for other mutants and Sabretooth tries to kill him since he didn't get the chance to kill Logan. Jimmy joined the Ultimate X-Men and after the events of Secret Wars, he arrived in Universe 616. He has all of his father's abilities, as well as a mysterious power that allows him to cover his claws with organic metal. In Savage Wolverine, Logan finds himself on a distant planet in the Marvel Universe, isolated from civilization. While there, he encounters Cowan, a boy who appears to be another clone of Wolverine, possessing many of the same characteristics and abilities as Logan himself. It is eventually revealed that the child was created by mysterious scientists who believed that Logan was the missing link needed to create a superior race. For unknown reasons, the boy is initially sent to kill Logan, but Cowan ends up siding with Wolverine to eliminate those pursuing him. Together, they search for a way to leave the planet and Wolverine begins to create a bond with his son, who helped him destroy other imperfect clones created by the aliens. Unfortunately, Cowan would not live long as the adamantium in his body prevented his bones from growing completely and he would eventually die. Wolverine has had countless enemies over the years, but very few have made him suffer like the Red Right Hand. Formed by a group of people who had been tragically affected by Wolverine, the Red Right Hand was an organization committed to Wolverine's downfall, and who planned to send his soul to hell. Of all the organization members, none hated Logan more than the Mongrels, a group of mutant mercenaries who volunteered to personally destroy Logan's life. Wolverine encountered them after being lured to their base in Mexico, and confronted them there. Although each of the Mongrels were skilled warriors, Wolverine managed to best them and killed them one by one. Only after this does he discover that Gunhawk, Shadowstalker, Fire Knives, Saw Fist, and Cannonfoot were some of the children he had had over the years. This news left Wolverine extremely devastated. Originally known as Akihiro, Daken is a much darker version of his father. The character first appears in Wolverine Origins number 10 and has one of the most tragic origins ever. After Wolverine met Daken's mother Itsu, she was killed by the Winter Soldier. Daken was subsequently freed from his mother's womb and given to a wealthy Japanese couple. Daken grew up being teased mercilessly by the children of his village, which made him bitter. He grew up being manipulated to hate his father and has confronted him on several occasions. Daken's abilities and bone claws are similar to Wolverine's, although he does not possess an adamantium skeleton. Unlike Daken, X-23 managed to overcome his troubled past and find redemption, eventually becoming Wolverine after his father's death. His origin story was revealed in X-23, Innocence Lost, where an organization known only as the Facility hired renowned geneticist Sarah Kinney to recreate Weapon X. The doctor was forced to give birth to a genetic clone of Logan. This girl was designated X-23 and was trained to be the perfect weapon. After meeting her father and escaping the facility, she worked as a dancer, and much more, before joining the Xavier Institute. Once enrolled, she joined her father and Jubilee, becoming a valued member of the X-Men. X-23 possesses most of Wolverine's abilities, although unlike his father, only his claws were coated with adamantium and one claw from each hand was removed and placed on both feet. Being one of the most popular characters and having such a long life, it is certain that Logan will have more children in the future. If you know of any that we haven't mentioned in this video, feel free to leave them in the comments. Before we go, remember that you can follow us on our social networks so you don't miss the latest comics and superhero news. The links are in the description. We are the Comic Awakens and we will see you in the next video.